absolutely late is because I'm going to watch the game. Right, the dark arts. The path to destruction. Target, Power Me Build. A global engineering and construction company. Monday, 5th the 3rd, 2018. Operating system, Tails. Chat client, Pigeon, connected to IRC. Has joined Uplight. Testing now if the target is run to internal SMTP relay. Okay, so what we're seeing here, they've discovered that SMTP is open on a target, and to attempt to manually access SMTP, an easy way to do it is to telnet onto that service on port 25. Connected to powermebuild.com. Hello. You say hello, you type hello to start the SMTP process. Mail from admin, powermebuild.com. Sender OK. So they're spoofing an internal email address. Recipient 2, jtims@powermebuild.com. OK. Data. Hello. Dot. Queued mail for delivery. Queued mail for delivery. Oh, they are so vulnerable. Wicked. When are you going to launch the nuke? Any sec. Hold tight. Okay, using Straup's sendmail script. Python, sendmail, the script. The target, email addresses, a list of email addresses. -B is the actual email. -F from, -S is the subject. Sent. What was in the email? I still don't get how it works. All that was in the email was simply that, an image tag with the SMB request, or UNC exploitations I love. The Outlook clients will auto-trigger an embedded UNC image from an email that comes from a trusted source. Okay, I get that. When sending it via the SMTP service externally, but from an internal user's address, it comes from a trusted source. It will land and auto-trigger, raining hashes. Responder is started. I'm not seeing nothing on responder. Did you tweak the firewall to allow inbounds from their range? Yep. It's not that. Maybe they just blocked 445 outbound. Leave it a bit. Right, I'm off to play Fortnite. Catch you in a bit. No probs. About 2 hours later. Anything on responder? Nope. Looks like we need another way. Crap. Okay, I'm off for the night. Catch you on the other side. Cool. Chapter 2. Tuesday, 6th, 03, 2008. Has joined. Yo, what's up? I had an idea. I'm all ears. We need to scrape as many usernames as we can. Can you look for any examples of internal email addresses? No probs. But why? I've been looking at their external IPs. They've got an SSL VPN. I see where you're going with this, but what about 2FA, two-factor authentication? Who says they've got it? So, looking on Google, on their domain, will very quickly reveal internal email address formats often. And as you can see here, we got hsender, which happens to be a media relations manager, including their phone number, all useful. I found an internal email address via Google. It's hsender. Wicked. Now we've got an address. I can use prowl to scrape more. Say. Okay, this is Matt Pickford's prowl. So to run it, you do Python, prowl, followed by the name that would often appear on LinkedIn with the company that they're associated with, followed by the format, which here is first initial dot last initial at their domain name. Bingo. There you go. From Bing, Yahoo, we have managed to find cached credentials, which looks at cached credentials from LinkedIn. So this is in essence scraping LinkedIn, but using the search engine's cached records to give you the information. The reason why this is great is because you don't need credentials with LinkedIn. You don't have to do any of that mess. It just works. You done it yet? Yeah, just completed now. Oh, we've got over 200 usernames. Fishing with dynamite. Okay, I'm going to call it a day in a minute. But if you kept an eye on the share prices of Power Me Build, yep, fairly steady last few months. There's the share prices presently. Cool, buy a few more shares in them. Why more? So we have a history of buying before the crash. You have a lot to learn, my friend. Cool, right, I'm off. Catch you later. Chapter 3. Wednesday, 7th, 03, 2018. Uplight. Yo, you on? Yep, just about to test those usernames. I'm going to use Burp to brute force them. You show us how you do that? Yeah, no problems. Okay, so here we have their SSL VPN. And we're going to capture that using Burp Suite. So we set it to intercept, and we put a username in, and we put a password. Now, the username is anything, but you put the password that you think a lot of users are most likely to use. So here we've got password with an exclamation mark on the end. Now, so we send that to intruder, and we select the username parameter, and then we paste in the usernames that we managed to get from Prowl, and we're going to subject those to the username parameter against that chosen password, and we're going to hit go. Now, obviously, in the real world, we have the pro version. I have the pro version, but for realism, I like to use the free version for this purpose. And here you can see it's quite slow, so you're going to miss the England game. The reality is, with the pro version, you would fly through. And the real reality is, if any outsider threats were using it, they would probably look at the Java file via a video on YouTube and figure out how to get the pro version. So, what we're looking for here is a length change. A length change indicates that the application has responded to something. It's of interest to you. So any length change would potentially indicate that we've got a set of credentials that work. But unfortunately, as we're seeing here, it's coming to an end, and done, and we've got nothing. But just to zoom in to show you, so here's the request that I intercepted, and the username is the parameter of interest, so we highlight that, and that's where we inject all the usernames. And as you can see there, there's the chosen password. And this is what you would get if you're successful. This works all the time, and threat actors also use it. You can see there, M Hardy, and we've got a different length, so you know that the credentials would have worked. Crap. I was sure we'd get one. Can you try? Can I try with MSF, Metasploit? Yeah, just make sure you run it through a proxy chain, but hell, why not? So here we are. We've got Cisco SSL VPN brute force, a login utility module. That's catchy. And we're going to use it. So we've got the same username list, and we're now trying it with this. Always worth double checking with other tools. Now what you're looking for is a green. Green means good. So we'll see if we get a green. It's quite quick. There we go, we have a green. We should have a few more greens in a minute, and it will end. Come on. And there we go. So it ends, and we can see successful login with J Smith and password exclamation mark. There we have a close-up of what it found. Now, it's the same user, but it's the different SSL profiles that it's managed to get access to. So that user has access to all of those SSL VPN profiles. Got one. Wicked. What's the account? J Smith. Password. Top work. Don't manually test it yet. How come? You need to leave it sometimes in case they're monitoring. Also, use a VPS from their country. Why on a VPS? Just to blend in a bit, make you look local. Okay, I get you. Use one of the credit cards I gave you a few months back. Right, should we call it a night? Good call. Catch you later. Thursday, 08/03/2008 has joined. Yo, what's up? I've got a VPS that's in the same country, and I'm just about to test them. So here we are. We're logging in via the web browser, and you get this, which is not particularly useful. What you want to do is use the AnyConnect client, which allows you to log in. I discussed recently, by default, it's not set to a defined user's laptop. So all you have to do if you get credentials is download a copy of AnyConnect, and you should be able to use the credentials by default. So here we go, we've connected. And just to show everyone, you can also do it with Ubuntu, Kali, Debian, any kind of Linux flavor using OpenConnect, which then gives you direct access to their SSL VPN on your Kali box. Yep, works. I can VPN in with OpenConnect. Great. Time to be stealthy. Let's hold off for the night. I hate it when you say that. Chapter 4, 09/03/2008 has joined. I guess we got spotted brute forcing. You've seen the media, reading now. Which sites? Okay. Targeted by brute force attack. Hackers fail. You tried the VPN? Yep, not changed. The password still works. They think it failed. Not sure. We should play it cool. Leave it for a few days. Share price is affected. A little. Nothing particularly odd. Sell some, not all, just some. Empower me build, yeah. Meet back in a few days, cool. 10th of the 3rd, 2018, has joined. You on? Sunday, 11th, 03. You on? Doesn't understand 2 days. Monday the 12th, 03, 2018. Yo, you about? Yeah, mate, I'm back. Cool, the VPN creds still work. Let's get this done then. You ever use CME? Nope, what is it? You can use it to find any network share that you can write a payload to and then gain access to the machines. Nice, show me. And that's the tool they'll be using, CrapMap exec. So what you're seeing here is they're starting the tool and they're giving it a subnet range. It could be a single IP address or a summarized network. Here they're doing summarized /24, adding a username for the account that they gained on the outside and they've used a VPN in. And they're using a password and they're going to add the domain. And here we go, we got a green instantly. Green means that you can authenticate against that box. Pwned on the end means that you've got local admin rights on that box. Very common on internal network that you'll see a user, pretty much any standard user, with 1 or 2 boxes that they've got local admin rights on. And there you go, it's a close-in of what you're looking for, close-up. We're looking for pwned. We should be able to access 192.168.0.10 using Pierce exec. You want me to do that? Yeah, go for it. So here we are, Metasploit, and we're using Pierce exec. So it's pretty much setting the same sort of commands. You're setting the username, the domain name, the password, and you set the network address, or not subnet, you set the single IP address with Pierce exec on MSF. And we have a problem. Service failed to start, file not found. Okay, Pierce exec failed. It's saying service failed. Odd, as the account is in the local admin groups. Maybe it's because it's not a physical local admin. No idea, sorry. Don't stress, there's plenty of ways to skin a cat. I think we should call it for a day for now. Not a bad idea. Catch you later. Tuesday has joined. Hi, you have time to think? Yeah, you won't believe this. I went back afterwards using CME, and that worked. And cool, what did you get? What did you manage to get? Well, I ran Mimikatz with it, and I got all the logged on user accounts. Come on, share the love. So, here we go, using it with the Mimikatz switch on the end, which logs into the box, and it obviously reveals the passwords that are stored in memory. And you can see we've got the original account, but we've also got an mlimpton. Who's mlimpton? Standard user, but the account can access the central share. What's the IP address? Anything nice in there? That's the IP address. Normal data and some nice passwords saved in docs, very common, including one which has passwords for their corporate accounts, media sites and other apps. Lol, it's going to be a bad day for someone then. Let me see the PR doc, will you? No probs, grab it here. So what we have here is a temporary share over Tor. Don't change anything if you test any of the accounts. Here they are downloading the file. It's slow because it's Tor. Tease you. Got it, just looking now. So we have a load of accounts to their corporate PR sites. And we log into one of them. Starting to feel a bit sorry for him. You're going soft? Lol, as if. Do me a favour, can you explain how you found the docs with passwords in them? What did you search? No problem. It's really easy. Just open any directory in Windows. At the top right search box, drop in the following content password. It'll then search for the defined word in all docs. It's always worth putting in Facebook, LinkedIn, and other defined words like that instead of password as well. Will that search recursively? Yep. Nice. You mind if I try? Go for it. So, there they are, copying it and pasting it. And there we go, about 5 or 6 directories deep, and it's found it instantly. And there you go. That's cool, thanks. Right, what now? We can sell the PR accounts on afterwards. How's the share prices since the media blip? They went down a bit, but going back up. People forget fast, it'll be fine. You think we're ready? Not quite yet. So, that machine I got the creds off. I dropped the local admin hash off it and passed the hash to a few other machines slowly. Did you find anything? Yeah, the accounts were reused. I was able to access another machine, grab local admin rights, and then RDP to it. I grabbed a copy of Responder for Windows and left it running. You get much? A couple of hashes, but couldn't reverse them. So I added an SCF file to the file server. What's an SCF file? Take a look at the SMB share server. So as you can all clearly see, there's the SCF file. I can't find it. There are hundreds of files. What's the file called? Sorry, look for the one that starts with an @ symbol. I called it that so it'll always be at the top of the directory. There you go. You can name that anything you like. And inside of it, you have an SMB request. Okay, I see it. So when any user that opens that share directory results in their machine making an SMB request to the IP address in that file, and I've been snagging the hashes. Let me see, will you? So there we have the machine that compromised, and here we have a standard user just going to the share folder to grab a file. Just viewing that directory will result in the hashes being captured. It all runs a little bit slower on Windows. There you go, we got hashes. And there we go, that's a selection of the hashes that were captured. I managed to reverse over half of them, and asort is a domain admin. And there you go, that's the password for the domain admin. Lol. So we got all we need, right? Nearly. I'm going to copy all I can from the share folder. You need any help? No, dude, you're done. Catch you back here tomorrow. Wednesday, 14/03/2018, has joined. Yo, what you thinking? I've got all I need and uploaded, ready to share on paste. So, there we have the file. Power Me Build Pwn has been released. Oh, nice, you want me to tweet it? Yeah, good call. If you do it now, it should be picked up momentum by the morning. Power Me Build hacked. We released to the world. There's the link. Tweets live. Cool, right. Once the news breaks, keep an eye on the share prices. They'll drop quick. I'll keep an eye also. Night for now, mate. Thursday, 15/03/2018, 8:30 a.m. Looks like Power Me Build's been hacked. Just spotted it on Twitter. And I'm still looking for CRT and check team leaders because I'm a recruiter. Trending. Power Me Build hacked. Data release. Reports coming in that Power Me Build company responsible for construction projects including power stations and government offices has been breached. Has joined. Morning. Oh, it's too early for me, dude. You seen the share prices? Yeah, dropping like a stone. Power Me Build sees its shares crash by 78% following the news of a security breach. They're down 80%. Is it time? Yeah. Buy as much as you can. I'll do the same. Done. And now we wait. How long do we sell them, you think? Typically, shares crash for about 1 to 2 weeks before people forget and they start to rise again. Leave it a month or so, then we sell them high. Till next time. Yeah, mate. I'll contact you in a few weeks. Let the heat pass. Burn everything you used. Cool. Friday, 16/03/2018. And if you missed it, here's an email from Jim Tusk sent to Power Me Build employees about someone purposely sabotaging the company. And I'll read it because no one's going to be able to read that. Right. I was dismayed to learn this weekend about a security breach potentially conducted by a Power Me Build employee resulting in extensive damaging sabotage to our operations. This included potential direct code changes to the Power Me Build operating system under false usernames and exporting large amounts of highly sensitive Power Me Build data to unknown third parties. The full extent of his actions are not yet clear, but what we have learned so far is pretty bad. Potential motivation from this disgruntlement following not being awarded a promotion. In light of these actions, not promoting him was definitely the right move. However, there may be considerably more to this situation than meets the eye, so the investigation which has started and will be continuing for a week, we need to figure out if he was acting alone or other Power Me Build employees or people working outside the organisation. As you know, there is a long list of organisations that want Power Me Build to die. This includes Wall Street short sellers who have already lost billions of dollars and started to lose a lot more. There are also the oil and gas companies, the wealthiest industries in the world, They don't love the idea of Power Me Builds advancing the progress of green builds. Don't want to blow your minds, but rumour has it that companies are sometimes not super nice. Then there are the multitude of big competitors. If they're willing to cheat on a deal, maybe they're willing to cheat in other ways. Most of the time, when there's a theft, leaking of confidential information is a declaration of duty or an outright sabotage. The reason really is something simple, like wanting to get back at the company as a whole. Occasionally it's a lot more serious. Please be extremely vigilant, particularly over the next few weeks, as we attempt to ramp up work once more. If you know or suspect anything, please send me a note, as much information as possible. We'll follow up this email as the information is discovered. Thanks for working so hard to make Power Me Build successful. Jim. Chapter 5. Monday, 9/03/2018. And this is where I come into the story. My name is Neil Lyons, and I work for Raytheon. I was brought in alongside a team of experts to try and work out what happened. At the initial meeting, we were informed the following. An attempt to brute force the SSL VPN was conducted by potential outside actors. The attempt looked to fail. An internal user called Jay Smith, a home worker from the sales team, logged in via an SSL VPN and over a few days copied internal data and released it to a third party, who looks to have released it or enabled for its release to paste to insinuate a hack to damage the brand. Jay Smith has been suspended from work. We requested network diagrams and a meeting with IT security, and we were given that. That's a pretty typical network diagram, actually. It's pretty bad. Doesn't mean anything to you when you're just given it. Okay. Large global network. The SSL VPN terminated here. So if you look back, up there. That is where they got in, or clients got in. They used a seam. We asked to review it. It was logging internal domain users' failed auth attempts. We asked if it logged SSL VPN failed and successful authentication attempts. Yes to failed, no to successful attempts. Successful attempts require Cisco ASA log reference 722051 to be enabled. And there we go. So what it shows you is the username, their external IP address, and the fact that they had authenticated correctly. Or, if using the AAA server log of 719022 rolls off the tongue, you get a much shorter, but I think nicer message. It says, the username has authenticated. What's interesting is, these are not on by default, and they're listed under error messages. So, successful authentication, failed authentication, I see it as a security log, not an error log. So, by default, they're not on, and you can bet your life not a lot of people log them, especially not the authenticated ones. It's common people don't tune their seams or feed them logs that can help. So when was the initial brute force attempt on the SSL VPN? It was Wednesday the 7th, 03/2018, 15:35. And here we can see the logs of all the people unsuccessfully authenticating against their SSL VPN. Golden question. Do you use two-factor authentication on SSL VPN? I want to very quickly mention this. 2018, and still global organizations are not using two-factor authentication on external endpoints into their network. We're at the point where two-factor authentication is almost being broken from an automated point of view. People are releasing tools and scripts that can capture the multi-factor authentication tokens, and then you can replay them. So I'm thinking you need to hurry up to start using it before two-factor's also not of any use. Okay, this is a golden reply. They're not presently using two-factor authentication. They're looking into it. Okay, do your Windows DCs log event IDs to see who and when authenticated? Yes, we do. Would you like to see them? Here we go. We have the Windows logs, and you can see that, I'll tell you in a minute, but someone has successfully authenticated. So, from the Windows logs, it was possible to identify on the 12th of the 3rd, 2018, at around 11:45, that Jay Smith attempted and failed to log into every domain machine apart from one which he authenticated into. That's odd. That should have raised an alarm with their internal team immediately to start an investigation. Here's another good question. Where was Jay Smith at 11:45 on the 12th of the 3rd, 2018? Well, they thought he was working from home. They didn't bother to check that. So Jay Smith was actually on site at a meeting with Limpton Strategies at their head office. Yes, starting to get painful. So, can you verify the meeting and the location? Actually, they could, yes, and he was there. Monday the 2nd, 04th, 2018. So, the audit was completed and the report was sent in. And here's a summary from the executive summary. And the following details an overview of the results of the on-site security investigation conducted at Power Me Build's head office. On the 7th of the 3rd, 2018, at around 11:35, an attempt by a remote threat actor or actors to gain unlawful access to the SSL VPN solution used by Power Me Build to enable remote workers access to the internal resources was identified. While originally disregarded under the belief that the attempted attack on that date was not successful, re-evaluation based from the collection and review of machine security logs collected while on site indicates that the access on the above date was gained by the threat actors or actor following the capture of user domain authentication. Externally available services were identified as requiring only single-factor authentication. The combination of inadequately secured externally available services combined with poor password choices resulted in a trivial barrier for the threat actors to gain access. Following the capture of the domain credentials, other unexpected internal occurrences were identified, indicating that further accounts were compromised and used to extract data. While on site, it was recommended that the SSL VPN should be disabled and all internal domain accounts should have their passwords reset. The SSL VPN wasn't disabled and all the accounts were not reset. Tuesday the 3rd, 04th, 2018. Power Me Build, CEO and CISO stepped down. 2 weeks after revealing a massive data breach, Power Me Build announced 2 of its executives are retiring effectively immediately. Wednesday the 4th, 04th, 2018. Power Me Build, shares close at record on high. Has joined. Seen the shares? Yep, sell. My name is MyExploit2600 on Twitter. Thank you for watching.